school grounds. Tonight, Northeastern is hosting the Blue Bombers from Lake Placid. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Blue Bombers. Starting at guard, number 4, Julie Matos. At guard, number 13, Haley Brandis. At center, number 12, Kelsey Taylor. At forward, number 11, Hannah Potter. At forward, number 21, Chloe Ubrick. The Blue Bombers are coached by Coach Jeff Potter. Now for your Cougars. Starting for the Cougars at guard, number 1, Holly Roush. At guard, number 4, Skylar Ebert. At center, number 5, Kayla Rabdu. At forward, number 15, Jordan Dominic. At forward, number 22, Allie Cartier. The Cougars are coached by Coach Frank Gildas. Please rise and remove all headgear for the playing national anthem.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Hometown Cable's presentation of girls varsity basketball, coming to you from the gymnasium at Northeastern Clinton Central School in beautiful downtown Champlain, New York. This is a Skylar Hebert takes the ball to the rack to give the Cougars the early lead. Anyway, it's Tuesday, January 15th, 2013, and this is once again a girls varsity basketball game. The Cougars are hosting the Blue Bombers of Lake Placid High School. The Cougars coming away with the early advantage here as, like I said, Hebert converts. This time Taylor Rabidou steals the ball at the top of the three-point circle, goes length of the court and lays the ball in. So Cougars up quickly by a 40-0 score. Blue Bombers bring the ball up and turn the ball over on a backcourt violation. Referees for tonight's contest are Jim Schutz and Paul Gehrig. Here's Roush with the ball. Blue Bombers in a 2-3 zone defense. Here's Jordan Dominic. She tosses one up off the back iron. Won't fall. Rebounded there by number 21 is Chloe Ubrick for the Blue Bombers. Pass inside, gets swatted away, and once again the Blue Bombers turn the ball over. So Rabideau brings it up. In this set of play, Dominic on the outside puts it inside for Cartier. Cartier goes left-handed, won't get the roll, hits the ground, and Blue Bombers come up with the loose ball. Cross court to Matos, and she gets trapped there. It's ball movement here. Here's Matos again, and she's going to reset the offense. Number 12 is Haley Taylor on the court for the Blue Bombers, and we got our first foul of the contest. So Blue Bombers will inbound. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. And this will be their first shot attempt, and that one's a little bit long by number 13 is Haley Brandis. And the Cougars come back the other way. Roush with it, looks to penetrate, gets it over for Dominic for a wide open look, and she drains the triple. Jordan Dominic leading the Cougars in scoring. Knocks down a three and a wide open look, and the Blue Bombers turn the ball over. Number 15, Aaron Weaver, checks into the contest for the Lake Placid squad. Cougars keeping the ball on the perimeter. Get it inside for Cartier, who kicks it back out for Hebert. Hebert's shot's a little bit too long, and it's rebounded there by Ubrick and pushed up the court by Matos. Nice crossover dribble there, but she gets called for the carry. Not sure about that. Looked like a pretty decent crossover to me, but nobody asked me, so. Here's Rabbit, who drives the lane, puts a little floater short, but Cartier's there for the offensive rebound and the stick back. So Cougars go up by a 9-0 score here with just under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Cougars set the trap at midcourt and force the Blue Bombers into another turnover. Cartier brings the ball up. She looks to dish it off, but it gets stolen by Matos, and we got a stoppage of play. Cartier seems to be no worse for wear, so the Bombers will inbound against some pressure by the Cougars. And the Blue Bombers do a pretty good job of breaking that. Here's Matos. Again, tries that crossover, but this time Roush takes it away from her. Sees Dominic underneath, and Dominic puts the shot up, but it won't fall. Cartier with the offensive rebound, and we get a jump ball, so that will go over to the Blue Bombers. And it comes out to Ubrick, who turns and gives it back for Brandis. Brandis at midcourt, runs through a screen, loses control of the ball, but last touch by the Cougars, so. Blue Bombers will inbound it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. This is Brandis. It's over for Potter. Here's Matos. He's going to take the shot. That one's wide. Rebounded there by Cartier. And here come the Cougars on the run. Little 3-on-2, but nice play there by Potter to break up that play. And the Blue Bombers promptly turn it over. So we got some end-to-end action here. Not much control, but the ball being pushed end-to-end. And the Blue Bombers look to set up an offense. There's a pass inside for Weaver, but that's she's not able to handle it. The ball goes out of bounds. So once again, the Blue Bombers turn the ball over. I think Skylar Hebert's going to get called for the illegal screen. That's going to be 2 on her in the early going here. About 3.5 to go here in the first quarter, and Hebert will sit with those 2 fouls. Christina Paola, number 33, will check in and take her place. So the Blue Bombers will inbound under their own hoop. Manos with the shot. That one in and out. Ball's popped up. Paola comes up with the loose ball. Outlets to Rabideau, and Cougars run the floor. Here's Dominic once again. Here's Roush looking to penetrate. Dishes it off. Dominic again with an open look, but puts up an air ball, and that one goes out of bounds. So the Blue Bombers will have it. So number 20, Alexis Melwire checks into the contest for Lake Placid. And that one's turned over before it gets over half court. And Roush loses the handle on it. Matos comes up with it. She thinks better of the drive and pulls out to set up the half court offense. And she loses the handle on it. Roush makes the steal, takes it down the other way, puts the layup up and in. And Molly Roush is on the scoreboard with her first 2 points of the contest. And with 2.5 to go here in the first quarter, the Cougars with an 11-0 lead. Weaver loses the handle. And once again, the Blue Bombers turn the ball over. Cartier drives the baseline, puts up a reverse layup that goes off a little bit too strong, goes off the back of the side of the rim, and rebounded to the Blue Bombers. So again, Roush goes for the steal, but doesn't come up with it. And this time we've got a foul on the play. So Taylor Rabideau is going to be whistled for that hold, and the Blue Bombers go to the bench. Number 12 is Kelsey Taylor. Number 13 is Haley Brandis back in the contest, and also number 5 is Adele Jesmer, her first entrant into the contest. Here's Taylor inside, just thinks better of it, kicks it out. Shot goes up. Roush goes up for the rebound, jumped a little bit too soon and couldn't handle it. Goes out of bounds and will stay with the Blue Bombers. Here's a shot. That one's off the back iron. Long rebound to Roush. She goes by one defender, puts up the left-handed layup, and that one's good. Here's Brandis trying to dribble through the pressure and loses it off her foot and out of bounds, so Lake Placid turns the ball over once again. Number 34, Emily Sample, will check into the contest to give Allie Cartier a rest. Abby Miller also slipped into the contest when I wasn't looking. Number 24 for the Cougars. She's open at the elbow. Off for Rabideau. Rabideau puts up the floater, but that one won't fall. Weaver with the rebound. Here's Jesmer. Gives it off for Brandis. Brandis inside for Taylor. That one's blocked. Miller comes up with the loose ball. Cougars looking to run. Miller drives in against 4 and puts the shot up and draws the foul. So just under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Abby Miller will be at the line to shoot 2. First one's up and in. Number 11, Rachel Arliss, will check into the contest for the final 47 seconds of this first quarter. Give Taylor Rabideau a rest. Miller's second foul shot is short. Good box out rebound there by the number 20 is Alexis Melwire. The Blue Bombers doing a pretty good job of rebounding the ball. Just can't seem to put up any offense. And that one gets swatted away by Arliss, but it'll stay with the Blue Bombers. 13 on the shot clock, 29 on the game clock. Brandis. Over for Weaver. Here's Millwire. And the shot clock expires, so Blue Bombers unable to get a shot off on that trip down, so they turn the ball over. Once again, 15 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
10 seconds.
Here's Sample, tries to get it inside for Paola, but it gets swatted away. Arliss has it back inside, and horn's going to blow before anything else can happen. So after 8 minutes of play here at Northeastern Clinton Central School, it's the Cougars of Northeastern Clinton 14, the Blue Bombers of Lake Placid 0. Alrighty, we're back for second quarter action. Northeastern Clinton versus Lake Placid. Tuesday, January 15th. Dominic puts that one up, in and out. Weaver with the rebound. I'm sorry, that's, yeah, it was Weaver, I'm sorry. And Matos is back in at the point for the Blue Bombers. Ball over for Taylor. 21 is Ubrick is back in the contest. That shot goes up a little bit too hard. Cartier with the rebound, and the Cougars come back the other way. Roush over for Rabideau. Dominic. And this one comes up for Hebert. Hebert puts up the left-handed runner, rolls off the rim, and Cartier gets the offensive rebound for a fresh 30. And the Cougars will reset. And that was skipped over for Hebert. Back for Rabideau. Rabideau tosses it inside for Dominic. A little bit too strong there. Goes over her head, and Blue Bombers come up with the turnover. Roush steals that one from between Juliana Matos' legs and goes in for the rebound. So Molly Roush leading all scorers with 6 points in the early going of the contest here. Blue Bombers struggling a little bit to break this two-man press. But there's a good drive. Ubrick puts the shot up. It goes off the back iron. Offensive rebound there, and a putback by Hannah Potter, but that one won't fall. And the Cougars get the rebound, but get called for the travel, so they turn the ball back over to the Blue Bombers. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Blue Bombers yet to crack the scoreboard. And Roush knocks the inbound pass away. Cartier tried to save it, but it's dribbled it out of bounds, so the Blue Bombers will get another crack at it. Inside for Ubrick from the elbow, and finally Blue Bombers get on the board with it. Chloe Ubrick gets the first points of the night for the Blue Bombers. There, number 11 is Hannah Potter, knocks Skylar Heber's attempt out of the park, and Cougars will have it again. Number 25 is Veronica Zayon, checks in for the Blue Bombers. First time she's been in the contest. Here's Hebert. She's going to launch one, and that one drops for a two-pointer. Give Hebert 4. Roush showing some good effort there to knock that one out of bounds. Number 13 is Haley Brandis, checks back into the contest. Inside for Brandis. Cougars with the pressure. Brandis picks up her dribble. Roush picks that one off. Gives it for Dominic. Here's Hebert in the lane. Gets the ball knocked out of her hands. Dominic's going to line up for a triple, and that one's a little bit long. Zayon comes down with the rebound. And the Cougars look to move the ball up the court. Here's Brandis working against Rabideau. Picks up her dribble, gives it over for Zayon. And there's a shot by Ubrick. Nice offensive rebound there, and Brandis gets fouled, and she'll be at the line to shoot 2. It's going to be 2 on Taylor Abaду, I believe. So Haley Brandis is at the line to shoot 2. And first one's a little bit strong. Number 11, Hannah Potter checks back in. Ubrick will sit. And that second one missed everything. So Cougars will inbound. Here's Dominic for Roush. Here's Cartier over for Hebert. Hebert with another nice long one. Drops that one in. Here's Skylar Hebert, 6 points. That one goes up to midcourt. Here's Brandis again. Potter. Taylor, and that one gets knocked away, but it'll stay with the Blue Bombers. 18 on the shot clock. And you can't communicate on the inbounds pass, so once again the Blue Bombers turn it over. Cougars will inbound. 4:22 to play here in the first half. Cougars with a 20-2 lead at this point. Rabbit who dribbles through the crowd, gives it over for Dominic, back out for Hebert. Hebert with another long one, and nothing but string on that one. Skylar Hebert with 8 points here in the first half. And there's a pass that gets sent down underneath for Brandis, but Rabideau steps in front of it. She can't come up with the loose ball, and Cougars will go wholesale change here. Payola, Miranda Menard in for the first time. Arliss, Sample, and Miller on the floor for the Cougars. For the Blue Bombers, it's number 5, Jesmer's back into the contest. There's a nice block at the other end by Potter. Let's see, Brandis was already in. Number 25 is Zayak, still in there. Potter and Ubrick. Ubrick checks back in. There's Menard in the lane, puts the shot up, and it's good. Miranda Menard gets in the scoring column. That one gets knocked away, but Paola can't control it, and she loses the handle on it, so it'll be a Lake Placid ball with just about 3.5 to go here in the first half. Here's Ubrick from the elbow, and that one's in. Chloe Ubrick with 4 points, all of Lake Placid scoring at this point. Here's Sample, nice move to get around one player, gives it to Paola. Paola struggles in the paint, but gets the shot off and won't go anywhere, gets the rebound back. That one's a little bit long. Sample with a nice effort on the offensive boards, but the Blue Bombers come up with it. Here's Potter. Potter runs into Christina Paola and promptly turns the ball over. So here's Miller. She puts the shot up. That one's short. Rebounded by Zayak. And there's a nice play up for Ubrick. Has a hard time corralling it, but takes a couple extra steps, but doesn't draw the whistle, but shot's a little bit too strong. Miller comes down with a rebound and pushes it back the other way. Gives it over for Sample, up for Menard. Menard thinking about it. Gives it for Miller. Miller back for Menard. Menard inside for Arliss. Arliss wants to kick it back out, but it's knocked away there by Zayak. So nice defensive stop by the Blue Bombers. Here's Ubrick down the other way. Arliss is back on defense quickly, and the Blue Bombers, good movement. Here's a 3-point shot. Goes up air ball. Saved, but Cougars get the ball. Here's Sample. She runs into Zayak, but we got no call on that And ball goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Cougars. Inbounded to Paola, and she puts up a good strong shot there and has it drop in, and will be at the line to shoot one. So Christina Paola with a good seal move on the inside, showed good hands, and put that shot up strong up against the block of Haley Potter, but shot went in. So Paola to see if she can't convert the old-fashioned three-pointer, and she does. So Christina Paola is in the scoring action as the Cougars go up by a 27-4 margin with just under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Taylor gets the ball stolen by Sample. Sample puts in a nice soft layup, and she's in the scoring column. The Cougars have called off that full court pressure with a 25-point lead. Here's Weaver looking for somebody to pass to. There's a little backdoor pass, but Matos not able to get anything going. Here's Ubrick back over for Matos. And now we've got a whistle on the play. And it's going to be a player control foul. There's another good strong move by Paola inside, but Potter's going to pick up the foul. And it's on the floor, so Cougars will inbound. 1:02 on the clock, first half. Inside again for Paola. Paola, good strong move. That one gets blocked. No whistle there. Arliss gets the rebound, but she dribbles it out of bounds, so Cougars turn the ball over. There's Weaver. Over for Ubrick. Here's Matos. And Menard steals the ball away from her. Matos wraps her arm around her and gets called for the hold. So Cougars will inbound. Up for Sample. Sample dribbles the lane, puts the shot up off the glass, a little bit too strong. Goes out of bounds, last touch by the Cougars. So Blue Bombers get the ball with 33 on the game clock. So a 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Weaver gets the ball swatted away. Paola can't control it, and we got a foul on the play. Adriana Matos picks up the second personal foul here in the last couple minutes. Give the ball back over to the Cougars with 17 on the shot clock. I'm sorry, on the game clock. 17 seconds in the first half. Leading by 25. Looking to see if they can't get a shot off before the half. That one gets... Entry pass gets swatted away, so good defense there by the Blue Bombers and a chance to get a shot off here. They can possibly get something. There's a long bomb. It goes off a little bit wide, and horn sounds in the first half. So after 16 minutes of play here at Northeastern Clinton Central School, the Cougars with a 25-point lead over the Blue Bombers of Lake Placid. All righty, folks. We're going to get Moose to reset the clock, and we'll be all set to go here for the second half of action here at Northeastern Clinton Central School for this CVAC girls varsity basketball game with the Cougars entertaining the Blue Bombers of Lake Placid High. Cougars with a 25-point lead coming into the third quarter. There's Ubrick with the ball, tries to get it over for Matos. Rabideau gets the steal and loses it out of bounds, so Blue Bombers will have it. And that inbounds pass gets errant, so the Cougars take over. Here's Hebert on the inside. She puts the shot up a little bit short, but rebounded there by Weaver. And the Blue Bombers come up to court. Ubrick has it, tries to get it over for number 25 is Zayak. When it gets cut off by Hebert, Hebert gets fouled as she starts up court. That one will go on Haley Brandis, her first in the contest. Roush brings it up inside for Cartier at the foul line. She kicks it out for Hebert. Hebert knocks down another long jumper. Skylar Hebert in the double digits with 10 points, and a lot of them from a good long range out. So Hebert has their eye on tonight. Matos drives from the elbow, puts the shot up a little bit too strong. Hebert comes down with the rebound, and Roush is going to get called for the illegal screen. So Cougars turn the ball over. Blue Bombers will inbound. Matos. Back over for Potter. Potter can't handle it, and they turn the ball over. The Bombers in a little bit of a pressure situation, but Cougars break that without too much problem. At the foul line for Cartier, kicks it back over for Dominic. Dominic tries to get it back in for Cartier. Cartier squeezes it, gets it back out for the hot hand of Hebert. Hebert, that shot was a little bit too long, but Cartier with a nice offensive rebound there. Good hustle. Inside for Dominic. Nice inside move there by Jordan Dominic, but can't get the finish, and saves it from going out of bounds, but gives it right to the Blue Bombers. And Chloe Ubrick's going to get called for the travel. I am not a fan of that, saving that out of bounds play like that, because 9 times out of 10 all it does is give it to the other team, and now they got a man advantage because you're out of the play. Better off just to let it go and have the turnover. Rabidou's shot goes up a little short. Cartier once again doing some stellar work on the offensive boards, but can't control the loose ball, and the ball goes over the Blue Bombers. So we're under 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Cougars have pushed their lead up to 27. Here's Matos. Rabidou steals the ball from her, and Dominic gets called for the carry. So Cougars get the steal and then turn it right back over. So here's Matos, splits the defense, but Hebert is there. There's Zayon. I'm sorry, that was Weaver, I believe, off the glass and in. So Hebert rolls that one off the rim, gets her own rebound. Over for Rabidou. Hebert drives, gives it for Dominic. Dominic checks that one up from 3-point. It's a little bit too strong, but gets her own rebound, and the Cougars will reset. And Dominic with another inside move there, but that shot's a little bit too strong. This time Potter comes down with the rebound. Roush with the steal at midcourt. Goes in for the layup. Matos is there to defend, and Roush gets a little bit too strong on that one, and the Blue Bombers come away with it. So Roush with the steal, but not able to finish. And there's a nice backdoor play there by Weaver, but Weaver can't get the shot off. Goes over for Ubrick. Ubrick runs into a screen, but dodges that one, and then throws the ball out of bounds. So Kelsey Taylor and Adele Jesmer back into the contest. as Matos and Weaver sit. Roush with the ball. Dominic flashes inside. Nice pass by Dominic in for Cartier. Cartier gets the ball tipped, but shows good hands to grab it. Puts the shot up a little bit short. Bounces back, and she gets a call for the travel. So it was a nice look underneath there by Jordan Dominic, but Cougars not able to finish on that play. Brandis loses the handle, gets the ball back. This is number 20 is Mel Wire is back in the contest.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And she loses the ball between her legs. Roush comes up with a loose one. And a long pass up. It's cut off by Taylor, and the Blue Bombers come back the other way. This is Brandis, and she sends it over for Taylor. Taylor wasn't expecting it, so the Blue Bombers turn the ball over, and Coach Dumas goes to the bench and puts in his second five. Miranda Menard, Abby Miller, Emily Sample, Christina Paola, and Rachel Arliss on the court for the Cougars. Sample looks to drive, kicks it off for Arliss. Here's Miller. Sample. All the way over for Miller. Miller loses the handle on it, but gets it back. Here's Sample. Paola inside, kick it out for Menard. Menard puts the shot up, hits the rim, but the Blue Bombers come away with the rebound. So we're under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. In a low-scoring third quarter, there's a shot by Potter that rims out. Here's Sample, and she's going to get fouled right there at midcourt. Here's Miller. Drives, puts the shot up, a little bit too short. Rebounded there by Potter. Here's Taylor, back for Potter, up for Brandis. Once again, the Blue Bombers doing a pretty good job on the glass, but just have no offense to show for it. Here's Sample with the steal. That one won't fall. And the Blue Bombers clear the ball, clear the boards, and bring the ball back up. We got 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. There's a nice backdoor play to number 20, Alexis Millwire, and she gets fouled going to the rack, so she'll be at the line to shoot too. Foul's going to go on Emily Sample. It'll be her first. Only the second team foul for the Cougars here in the second half. And that foul shot goes in and out. It's like Veronica Zayank will check back into the contest, and Hannah Potter will sit. And Millwire gets into the scoring action, making 1 of 2 from the foul line, and Miller over for Arliss. Arliss looks to drive, but has the ball knocked out of her hands, and it's going to be turned over to the Blue Bombers. Brandis working against Miller. Here's Zayon. Tries to send it cross court, but Kelsey Taylor not quite tall enough to grab that one, and once again the Blue Bombers turn the ball over. Here come the Cougars. Sample drives the lane, puts the shot up, gets it blocked. Paola comes up with the loose ball. She puts one up over her head and in. So Christina Paola. That's only the fourth point of the quarter for the Cougars. So, like I said, a pretty low-scoring quarter here with about a minute to play. the Cougars have only scored 4 and the Blue Bombers have only scored 2. So, or, I'm sorry, 3. We have a little lack of offense for both teams here in this quarter. There's that pass gets Aaron up for Miller. Miller with a left hand off the glass. So nice look by Christina Paola to find the streaking Abby Miller. Abby Miller goes in, puts the shot up with the left hand. There's Sample with a steal. There's a 3-on-1, and Taylor reaches in and fouls Sample, and that's going to be a foul on the floor. So the Cougars will inbound. 26 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Inside for Sample, and nice play there, and Emily Sample banks it in for 4 points for Sample. And Miller steps in front of that pass and takes it down the other end, and that layup's up and in. Abby Miller with 5 points. Shot goes up from half court and just misses the rim. So after 3 quarters of play here at Northeastern Clinton Central School, the Cougars with a 39-7 lead over the Blue Bombers of Lake Placid. Alrighty, here we go, folks. Last quarter of action here. Northeastern Clinton Central School. Cougars with the ball on a 32-point lead. As Cartier kicks it back out for Rabideau. Rabideau over for Roush. Roush for Hebert. Shot clock under 10. Rabideau puts the shot up off the front iron, but it's rebounded there by Taylor. Or Potter, I'm sorry. And the ball is held, so Lake Placid will take over on the alternating possession. And bring it down the floor, see if they can't create a little bit of offense, but that's not a very good start for Matos, who gets the ball stolen by Roush. Here's Hebert, looks to go baseline. Off for Rabideau. And a little confusion there, and the Cougars. A little miscommunication there, and the Cougars turn the ball over on a backcourt violation. Matos in the paint, puts the shot up a little bit too strong, and Taylor with the rebound, and she gets fouled on the putback. So Kelsey Taylor will be at the line to shoot 2. That foul's going to go on Cartier, just her first. So Taylor makes the first of 2. Second one's on its way, and that one's a little bit too long. Cartier with the rebound, and the Cougars on the run. Rabideau tries to force that one in between 3 defenders, but the ball bounces right back to her, so unfortunate there. Shot clock down to 10 again. Hebert's going to throw it up. That was an air ball. It was rebounded by the Blue Bombers. So we got a minute and a half gone here in the fourth quarter. There's Ubrick. She puts the shot up, and it's good. Chloe Ubrick with 6 points for the Blue Bombers. Once again, Cougars running the shot clock down below 10. Here's Roush. She's going to put one up in the lane. It was a little bit too strong. Ubrick with the rebound, and she outlets it. And the Blue Bombers come back the other way. Hebert takes the ball right out of the hands of Aaron Weaver and goes in and drops the layup in. 12 points for Skylar Hebert. And that one's knocked out of bounds by Hebert, so Blue Bombers will maintain possession. And there's a nice inbound play there to Weaver, and she knocks down the 2 for her first 2 points of the contest. Taylor inside for Hebert. Hebert again drives baseline, kicks it out for Dominic. Dominic with a wide open look. That one's a little bit too strong. And Potter with the rebound. There's a 2-on-1 break. Hebert showing some good hands there to collect that ball and bank it in. So Blue Bombers running the floor there and executed that play pretty well right off the defensive rebound up and a 2-on-1 break, and Hebert finishes at the other end. That one gets knocked away, but Cartier showing some good hands there. Inside for Cartier, and Hebert knocks it out of bounds. Coach Potter goes back to the bench and puts in Brandis and Jesmer back in. Matos and Taylor will sit. And there's a shot by Hebert that's a little bit too long. Cartier with the offensive rebound. The left-handed layup won't fall. Once again, the Blue Bombers with the rebound. And they push the ball up the court. This is Potter for Brandis. Brandis runs into a triple team there. That shot goes up and it's a little bit short. Brandis has the ball and she goes to stand up and gets called for the travel. So we are halfway through this fourth quarter. Cougars using all the shot clock here. Hebert runs the lane and draws the foul. So Skylar Hebert doing a nice job to separate the defense and create the contact in the lane, so she'll be at the line to shoot too. Her first trip to the foul line tonight. Cougars have not been to the charity stripe very much today. Hebert makes good on the first. Number 20, Alexis Millwire checks back into the contest. And Hebert's second foul shot is up and good. Give her 14 points to lead all scorers. Brandis brings the ball up. Nice backdoor play there to Millwire. She's wide open and she drops it in. 3 points for Alexis Millwire, and we got a timeout on the floor. Coach Dumas wants to put in his second line and does so. With 3:24 to play here in the fourth quarter. Paola gets the ball taken away from her, so once again, the Blue Bombers doing a decent job on defense and I think out-rebounding the Cougars. So there's a shot that goes up. That's a little bit too strong. Miller with the rebound. She dribbles through the pressure and loses out of bounds. So the Blue Bombers will take over on the turnover. Brandis. Back over for Potter. Brandis drives the line, puts that shot up a little bit too strong. Menard with the rebound, gives it off for Sample. Sample can't chase it down and it goes out of bounds. So now the Cougars turn the ball over and Blue Bombers have it. Cougars. A pass underneath, but it's kicked back out. And here's Brandis in the lane. That shot rolls off the rim. Sample with the rebound. Ubrick reaches for it, but can't swat it away. And the Cougars break the press. Here's Arliss. She puts the shot up. That one's partially deflected, and Paola touches it last, so the Cougars turn the ball over. 2:14 to play here in the fourth quarter. Menard steals the errant pass, but Jesmer comes up from behind and swats it out of bounds. So Cougars will have it with just under 2 minutes to play. There's Paola with a short jumper that goes a little bit too long. Menard works for the offensive rebound, and we get a held ball, so Cougars will take over. And entry pass gets swatted away. That pass is at the ankles and goes out of bounds. So Cougars turn the ball over. 1:40 to play. Arliss with the steal. And puts her layup in just a little bit too strong. Miller with the offensive rebound, but gets the ball swatted out of bounds. So good hustle by Abby Miller to follow up that play, but here's a nice inbound play to Paola. So Paola with 7 points.
Carrying the ball.
Miller with the steal. Here's a 3-on-1 for the Cougars. Miller goes in, left hand, and knocks it in. 7 points for Abby Miller as well. And we get a minute to go. Here's Potter, dribbles through everybody, dumps it off for Brandis in the middle, and we got a held ball there. Blue Bombers will inbound with 55 seconds on the clock. Out for Brandis from the elbow. That one's too strong. Ball hits the ground. Potter with the rebound. Here's Melwar. She sends it over for Ubrick. Ubrick has it, and so Coach Garrett calls a technical foul on Chloe Ubrick for the intentional elbow. So the first foul was incidental foul on the floor, not a shooting situation, but the Cougars will shoot the technical free throws. And Paola will take the second of two of the technical free throws, and that one doesn't fall either. So now the Cougars will get the ball with 45 seconds to play. Sample. Inside for Menard. Menard throws the shot up, and won't go. Paola gets her shot blocked. And here come the Blue Bombers. They come back out of it. Here's Melwar. Sends it over for Potter. Potter over for Brandis. And Miller steals the ball, but dribbles it out of bounds. So we got 17 seconds to play. Potter back for Brandis. Brandis in the paint, puts the shot up left-handed, won't fall. It's on the ground. Last touch by the Blue Bombers, so we got 8 seconds to play. Cougars with the ball, leading by 31 points. And the inbound. Miller will no doubt just let the clock run out, and the Cougars will walk away with a 31-point victory over the visiting Blue Bombers of Lake Placid. So that's the way it was from beautiful downtown Champlain, New York. We thank you for watching Hometown Cable, television worth your support.